walk. But I'm going to make my way up there to that greenhouse because that's where I just came from the greenhouse, you all. Look at all these right here. I don't know what that thing is. Look how big this perfect circle. If it was big enough, it could be like a little UFO ship. It really could. We've got these flowers. We got these banana plants. So yeah, you all, we're going to look at it. We're going out here. We are going to look at the greenhouse. We're going to look at those cucumbers that are growing up there. Hello, Apple Brooks, honey. Yeah, we're going to look at those cucumbers. It's hot. The sky is nice, but it is hot. We got these elderberries growing right here. I haven't really been outside of this part of the yard. I do need to do a lot of work. These blackberries, they came from my mom's, but I've just got through tying some strings for these cucumbers to grow on, and I only have to water them probably once every other day is what I have to do. But my daughter said, you know, Mom, if you tie them up, then they'll be able to grow up these things, and we can just reach over there and pick those cucumbers. So you can see they're starting to vine. I think this is some kind of squash and stuff like that. So I hope the leaves turn and stuff around. So you can see it's doing it right there. Let's see how hot it is. It's not that hot in here, you all. We can sleep in it. We can. It's only like, what is that, like 105 degrees in here? It's not hot. It could get hotter. It could get hotter. So these are some growing up right there, but oh, zucchini squash. That's what these are. They're growing good. My daughter didn't know how well this would grow in here, but I said, I'll go out there, I'll plant some stuff, and I'll water it. So I just put these up, so we're going to see. I'm sure that they'll start growing up here really good. And I think we're supposed to probably be expanding some of this greenhouse, you all. But these are just like, I only paid $1 for these recycled tubs of some kind of sort is what they are. And these are like water barrels cut in half. And just put some wood there and recycled windows. Yeah, so yeah, this is, I hope it's already looking good, you all. It really is. Other than being hot. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, you all. If you do outdoor gardening like this, you might want to get you a water barrel, stick it underneath your gutter so I can gather the water. This pump, I think, was one of our longest pumps. The hose that comes with them originally, they'd only last so many years. This was actually recycled right here, you all. Got it out of the trash pile of my neighbor who's just going through stuff. This is part of his pool hose. I said, I think I can improvise that and stick it on my water pump. And I did. I improvised and stuck it on there. But look how I've got this set up for the water to run down the roof into the gutter. And I originally thought, you know, gutters would be too expensive for me to put on there. That's what I originally thought. I really did. And I tried to take a great big long PVC like drainage pipe and stuff like that and cut it along a table saw. Don't do that. That's very dangerous. Don't do it. But this right here, this works really good. And these gutters, they're not that expensive. Just make your little things and put the spouts down to get into these barrels right here. These are food grade barrels. And you can see there's water in here, but it's around 3/4 of the way full. And when these get really full, we can just hook up this black hose to each end, and it will drain the excess water out. Instead of keeping it from going underneath the greenhouse, this one's all the way full right here, you all. This has got a lot of water in it. Right here, a lot of rainwater, because we don't have water out this far. You can see it right there. I don't want to stick my hand in it, I don't. And fly. I don't know if I'd walk. And what's your name? If I can even see it. My screen is so dark. I can't see the dragonfly. Can you all see it? Maybe I should have brightened my screen or something. Yeah, let's look at this. I think these are loganberries or some kind of gigantic berries that you can plant. My daughter just picked them and they taste pretty good. Gooseberries, something like that. Yeah, something like that. You all, my screen is so dark. And I can't really see anything out here once the sunlight hits it. Let me flip this around if I can see to flip it. I'm gonna flip it. That's what I'm gonna do, you all. The grass needs cut. Yeah, so nothing much has changed since our last walk around this property. It hasn't. My she shed. My husband comes up here and watches movies. So I did all this a couple years ago. Put everything up in it. Got a wood stove, a crooked air conditioner, and a TV. Oh, these flowers. Oh, this thing fell off the thing. It's a wonder it didn't shatter to pieces. That's all right, you all. It sounds kind of scary. It feels kind of scary. Let me flip it around because I can see the screen now. I can see the screen now, you all. This is, it's actually cool in here. I don't have a thermometer in here, but this is really cool here in this she shed that the Amish built it. It's like the first half of it, you can see it right here. The first half is, I told them make it living space. It was an empty shell. I had put insulation all in it. I hung the paneling, I put the trimming. I ran all the electrical outlets and put the floor down, put the stove in. I did all that right there. Let me sit down for a minute, you all. Since he gets to sit in here, I don't ever get to sit down in here. And it feels rather nice. It really does. I'm going to close that door because I think that door might let in the humidity. Yeah. Let me see what you got to say. You have Amish ancestors. That's wonderful. That's a hard life. That is a hard life. You just lay down in this chair and put your legs up like this. But don't sit in it too long because it's hot. Because my back is hot, you all. But yeah, this is, you see over here, I got a solar panel that in the event of a outage, I will set that one up. I've got several of them. I don't have, they're not all that type, but it's my backup power for just the bare necessities. And even got a foot generator, a generator that you can power if you pedal it with your feet. You can power it. Oh, it feels really nice in here, you all. You mind if I take my shoes off? Because I am. Take my shoes off. Let me see if I can find that pedal thing. That's not it. This is an old drawer we found in the trash. This is recycled. It was in the trash in Hawaii. One of the military families threw it out, and my son had it when he was little. So I thought, you know, I'm going to keep that desk right there. I can't find it. I've got a pedal thing somewhere up here. Oh, it's up here, you all, where you literally, it's in this box. I can't lift it because it's so heavy, but it's not that heavy. It really isn't. And if it falls on my head, whoo, yeah. If it falls on my head, let's see. So this is cool. If you're just tuning in, we are in my she shed now because I stepped out of the sunlight is what I've done. I was going to walk around the yard, but I thought, yeah, I know I got to come in here now. So look at this right here. This is alternative power. It's got a place where you plug stuff in. I guess you can do some kind of a cord in here. I think I paid a lot of money for it too. I set it up once. You put the paddles on it and it's got some kind of cords with it. I think I probably lost the cords, Gina. I really do. I think I lost the cords or they're in another box or something. But yes, it works too. I actually was able to generate enough power to have something plugged in. If you need to exercise, your feet are going to get really tired. They are. I had got this refrigerator from my stepmom, and I told my husband, sit these in here and we're going to see if it works. And it works. It's been in here for a while. Of course, we haven't drank that, but we drink that water. So yeah, and I thought, you know, if the power were to go out, I would have solar power to power a mini refrigerator. I would, a mini refrigerator and something like that. I'd only do like the bare necessities if the power were to go out. I would. I wouldn't be having on this air conditioner except extreme cases just to clean it off or cool it off. But if it went out, yeah, I'd be very selective as to what I would do. And of course I got cameras up all over the place. You can see camera up here too. Um, they're all on their own ISP to where, you know, yeah. So let's look at this, you all. So that is my she shed. I had electricity ran to it last year. After around 3 years of sitting, I thought I really would love to have it, and I got it. I thought, you know, there's no better time than the present. And you know, when you got to do something, you keep putting it off and putting it off. And then the time, and you get it done. You really do. I love you all too. These are the old trees here that was on the property, 7 of them, 7 apple trees. And one died. It got diseased is what happened, but it's awful nice and shady under the apple tree, you all. Well, am I cutting out? Because I think I cut out. I went over there and I didn't switch to the Wi-Fi like I should have, you all. I think that's what happened to me. I didn't switch it. Yeah, let me see, you all. Oh, how am I doing now, you all? Are we doing okay? Because I think we might be, but I don't know. It was better when I was in the she shed. It really was a lot better when I could see the thing. Let me look. Let's go back into she shed. See, she shed. Even though my husband goes in there, it turns into his he shed instead of my she shed. Yeah. Y'all, let me do this for a second. Am I still on here? I hope I am. I'd like to have some water because it's going to get hot. It's going to get hot walking around. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Even though I built this, me and my daughter, we were out here working on this when my husband took a trip to Peru. Was it Peru or maybe El Salvador to help on missionaries and stuff like that? Oh my gosh. I don't really like cold water. So I think I probably better pass. I like kind of like room temperature water. I also got like some spare water containers up here. And I have like a 5-gallon barrel pump somewhere around here. Not a 35 barrel, but a 35. Do I got a black screen? You all, let me see this. Let's do this. Let's see if I can do it. Is it any better? Let me see. Is it any better, you all? I'm going to wait for a second. It's better? Yes, that means yes, it's good. All I had to do is push that button. And I can do it. I can push that button. So, yeah. Several people saying, Gina, will you please, when you get the time, will you walk around and show us your garden and stuff? So I will. Everything seems to be growing and out here. By the way, this is where my most main convergence of the geopathic ley lines are. I'm going to stand right in the spot. It's like right here. It's like 3 of them merge exactly right in this spot where I'm standing. And it literally does. It goes straight across from here to that purple bush where the 3 beings came down in the beam of life on the other side of it. On that line over there is where they came down straight over there. I'm still on here. My time's not up yet. Even though I was told it's going to be 4 years. And I don't have the exact timestamp of that incident right there. I only had when the lady showed up in the clouds. You all, let me... Okay, I got it flipped. Whew. So these are like plum trees or apricots. I don't think they got nothing on them because the weather did whatever it did. Do we still got good reception? Do we still got good reception here? Because we can have good reception if it flips over like it's supposed to. Are the best. Yeah, they are. We got reception, you all, down here where we're at. Yeah. Um, I can smell spiritual energy. It's kind of almond-y, an almond-like smell. Okay, that's great, you all. It's an almond-like smell. There's a catfish swimming around right there. I bet that is a grass carp. Can you see it swimming? We bought some grass carp, and they are cleaning up that pond because we had a whole bunch of something. I hope it's not a snake. Well, there are snakes in there, and I don't have to get in there with it. I don't. Yeah, so look how big this tree is, you all. I thought, oh my gosh, look how big this is. You see that catfish, or is that the carp? I think it's the carp. There's 4 of them. It may be too big. This may be too small for all those carps, or whatever they call them, grass carps. They're hungry. I think they are hungry. Why are they going over there? Those things get so big. Well, there's some, oh, there's the lot. I guess they're hungry, you all. You think they're hungry? Mm-hmm. Because there's some smaller fish here too. Look at them. Quit crawling on my arm. Like in this spot, there's like a fish swimming. Can you see it? You can see the silhouette of it. Yeah, so let me walk around. We got some bass in here too. We don't fish in the pond. But if we had to eat some fish, I guess we would eat it. Yeah, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that thing down there. I hope it is a fish and not a snake. These right here bushes, there's some kind of bush. I already forgot the name of them. Look how big it is, you all. Look how big that fish is swimming. I used to love to come down here. Well, look at the babies in there too. The babies. Oh, we lost reception? Yes. Did we lose reception, you all? Did we switch? There was this one person who, when we first moved here, he took his boat out in their neighbor's pond, and I thought this was very rude. He took a fishing net, and he scooped up all the fish in his boat with a fishing net. That's wrong. That's wrong. You shouldn't do that, you all. You really shouldn't. Stock some more. Look how big it is. That's that grass carp. I know it is. It wants to eat. Well, I'm so glad they cleaned up that area because they can eat. There's one out there too. They can get as big as 3 or 4 feet is how big they can get. I've already missed it. I've already missed the spring stocking of the ponds here because it only happens once a year, I think. Maybe in the spring and then maybe in the fall. This is our frog habitat right here where lots of frogs can get in here, and you see it hop. Yeah, right down through here. They love it. I've actually bought waders. I've got waders that I bought for everybody in my family when I was, whoa! That frog was as big as my hand, and I kid you not, it was as big as my hand. It literally, it jumped right out right there. It was as big as my hand. Wow, no wonder people want to go krigging. They want to go hunt for frogs. But I was saying, when I saw that frog, that I bought waders. Waders for everybody in my family that, you know, they go all the way up to here. I got them a long time ago, back in 2020 when I resigned from my job. And that's when I cleaned up all around this lake. Pulled out lots of branches. I need to do it again. And I cut down a whole lot of trees because you couldn't see anything. And they're really nice to have if you go walking out in water. You don't have to worry about getting all your clothes wet or nothing at all. You don't. Are you all still with me? I know this may not be a popular video, but it's nature. It really is nature. And it's good to get out in nature. You learned low. You don't rebel against the snakes. Oh, you said stalkers. What is going on over there? I don't know what's going on over there, you all. Somebody is making waves, is what they're doing. Oh, and in case you didn't know, I went in and I unblocked 99.9% of the people that I blocked last month. I think I'm going to do it every single month. I'm going to, you know, the people who are not too nice, they're going to get blocked. And then they're going to stay in the, they're going to stay in my YouTube jail. And then after that time is up, they're going to get out of jail. They get out of jail free and they get another chance, you all. So if you see some trolls on here, I unblocked 99.9%. They were like some WhatsApp troll apps. I didn't release them. And some very cruel, spiteful, mean, hateful people. They didn't get out either. I got 4 mean, hateful people, maybe 5 in my YouTube jail. Because they did me too bad, too wrong, so they're never going to get out. But for the other people, yeah, I let them out. I unblocked everybody. Yeah, that's okay, because people change and opinions change, but some people don't change, and neither do their opinions or their attitudes, so that's all right. Yeah. Is that a moth? It's a pure white moth with some, there it is, right there. Yeah. No, I don't eat carp. The last time I ate a fish from here was around 10 years ago or 12. And it's when my nephews came up. They would like to catch a catfish every time they come out. And they caught a catfish and they fixed the meat off its back or something like that. And I tasted a piece of catfish. That was the last time I ate anything out of here. I know how to fish, I really do. I got fishing gear and stuff. I just don't like to hook the fish in the mouth. But if I had to, oh, see, there was another frog, you all. I got it up too close. I am so sorry. Yeah. Do I know everything, your pond? We don't got no sharks. We got bluegill, carp, crappie, bass, catfish, striped bass, largemouth bass, some brown snakes, and some snapping turtles, and whatever life you would find in a pond. Okay, there I got some mail lady coming. I'll be getting a delivery. I wonder what it is. It's probably a plant. It's really cool down here, you all. It really is. It's really nice. Did you see that frog? Did you see how high that frog jumped? Oh my gosh, they're probably called toads. It did. Did you see it? It jumped really, it jumped really far. I think they're kind of, I can't get a good glimpse of them. I think they're like a dark grayish brown with big warts on it. Yes. I'm not afraid of frogs. I can hold a frog, I can. That was my nickname growing up, was Frog. Froggy, Frog. And with some people, it stuck with me throughout my childhood into my adulthood. Hope nobody has a sign for anything. Sometimes your pond water, wait, look, there's little baby fishes. Look at them. Can you see them? We got these other fish that's going to eat them, and those snakes will eat those fish. The water is, I would not swim in it. I have no desire to swim in this pond. Get off of me at all. I probably need to power wash this again. This is the first thing I did when I resigned from my job. This was full of algae. slippery and dangerous. I power washed this whole entire thing, and I got in a boat and stained it. It needs it a little bit more. I sure hope I didn't have to sign for anything. Can you see those fish in there? They want fed because my husband comes down here and feeds them. I don't know if you can see them. That's okay, you all. We got this. It's sweaty. Yeah. Oh, it is pretty, isn't it? I couldn't really see it because my phone got dark. That's all right, you all. We just walking around. I'm trying to get to the garden. Let's see if any more frogs want to jump in. Probably not. They like it. And look at all the holes from the crawdads. And then the snakes go in the holes too, so the snakes can hide straight in those holes right there. Did we got reception still, you all? Because, yeah. How is our reception? Oh, now see, yeah. See, that person right there decided they want to get on here and see if Apple Brooks would catch them with their inappropriate comment. She caught you. Yes, that's right, you all. You can see it. That's good. That's great. I'm gonna have to try to walk fast because it's a little warm, and I might sweat down here. That's an apple tree. Only trees that were here when we moved here was this right here one and this one. The other ones that we planted, all the other ones, even these big chestnut trees and stuff. Actually, I'm probably supposed to be mowing the grass. I think I am. Pawpaw trees right there. This thing's going to be loaded. You see, we got some apples here, but these are smaller apples. And the only thing you can really do with those is just make apple cider or apple juice out of them. That's about it, because they're so lopsided and stuff. So they don't have to be ignored or go to waste. We can still use them. Yeah, that's right. Look how this cloud up here. See how it looks curved? Looks like a ball. Looks like a round object the way it's curved up there. What if it was, and that one too. They kind of have like that, well, they're fading away. That's all right, you all. We're gonna go up here and look really fast. There was one part down here, I think I just now remember that it did not have a, yeah, hello everyone. Did not have signal, but we're gonna come up here. Feels kind of nice down here. There's my satellite dish I totally refurbished. Dug a 4-foot hole by hand and where am I at on here? Oh, can you see it? I can't even see it, but yeah, there it is. Totally refurbished it. I haven't got the line in yet, but when I do, it's going to point to 75.6 or 76.2, 75.2 degrees east, so I can get the Go satellite. Let's look at this, you all. I've got pieces that I still need to put on it, but I spray painted it, and it's super duper heavy. It's real heavy, and I even got all the rust off these screws up here. It's solid. It came with a motor. Oopsie, I made it kind of wobbly. Well, it would be wobbly at the top because I've only got probably a third of it in the ground, which is all right. Yeah, this is our raspberry patch too. There's raspberries in there. Let me show that potato pile on our compost pile. That was a big compost pile right here with some potatoes. My neighbor gave me some potatoes to plant. This is full of potatoes. I loaded the compost pile. I took all the potatoes and I stuck them in here. Look how good they're growing. They are growing 1,000 times better than the ones up there in that raised bed that I made. We just keep throwing our stuff from the garden in here. I hope we get some great big potatoes. I really do, because this is like around 25 feet probably. And around four gigantic rows of potatoes in this compost pile. They really do work good. Look how big that tomato is. Oh my gosh, you see how big that is? Let's go in there and look at those really fast, you all, because somebody wanted to see the garden. And I think we have to learn how to grow our own food. I probably need to tie up some more plants. They smell really good. Where's that giant tomato? It is as big, it's bigger. Where's my hand? See how big it is? My hand, my hand on there? I can't see. That's how big it is. I think, yeah. It's bigger than my hand. These are all heirloom tomatoes that my daughter had grew from scratch. What are they doing? Can you see them? I don't know what they're doing. They're so cute. I like looking at the animals and the insects and stuff. I think they're beautiful. I really do. Yeah, see, that's a great big one right there too. So I think these probably need watered. Oh, we got some yellow tomatoes. I could literally eat it because it's ripe. They look like they got some kind of vermicillin or something, whatever. We've got some okra and some peppers. Look how these peppers grow up like that, you all. Do we got reception out here? Let me look over here. Well, like I'm going to be able to see it. Let me look down here. Let me flip it around. Do we got some? Because I can't see. Okay, that's perfect. So yeah, so look at how they grow. They grow up from the bottom. And they're growing really good. Now I could eat these just like they are. And I love okra. And these are growing the opposite direction. They're not growing. Look at that purple one, you all. This is still really good. And bell peppers are like around, I don't know how much money you had to pay for a bell pepper. Why are this growing like that? Like these down here. Am I too close? Because I think I might be too close. No, I'm not. So, oh, we already got some okra growing. See it? I love to eat it fresh. Just eat it right like that, you all. And these are raspberries. And you can eat them. They taste like real raspberries too. Yeah. Let me flip down at these. I haven't really looked at these lately. Down in here, been doing other stuff. So, oh, that's a big plant. It's got some hot peppers on it, I think. Oh, yeah, so, that's that stuff, you all. We got one more garden because somebody wanted to see, a lot of somebodies wanted to see the garden and see how it was going. Gardens are a lot of work, but they're rewarding if you like fresh stuff. Look at the comfrey. The deer come through here at night and they lay down in these nice comfrey. It's nice and comfortable for them is what it is. We picked these cucumbers and we got some kind of squash down in there. I'm not going to go in there because I had to fix the fence again. Our onions, we got some onions and we haven't picked them yet. but you can see how healthy they are. My daughter grew them from seed. These great big onions in here. With him, we got a hydroponics too. This is the first time we've tried out hydroponics. So yeah, let me come over here to the shade. I'm excited to get that satellite hooked up. I just got to get to it, y'all. Let me step under my little shade tree. And this right here is underneath the hazelnut tree. And it is so cool. Let me flip it. Okay, I flipped it. Got some spider webs. I don't want to be on here too long. Yeah. Hello, you all. Yes, that's right. I'm not done. We're gonna look at the raised beds. They don't really do that well in this weather. They don't. It's too hot. My daughter had to put her one plants up here because the little bunny rabbits were wanting to eat them. And I don't know what this stuff is. What is this? Jerusalem. Oh, that's figs. It's brown turkey figs. Oh, it's like Jerusalem artichokes. Not Jerusalem figs or whatever they call them. They grow good here if you can make them survive before the frost comes and kills them. And they taste delicious. I think this needs watered. But see, these are trailing up. This is recycled. All of this stuff is recycled except the cattle panels or the goat panels that they're climbing up on. Right here. These were rusted on the bottom, so I went ahead and, can you see it? It says Logan squash. And we've had it in soup. She's put it in soup for us to eat. It's really good. But this right here, these potatoes have been in here before those in the compost pile. And see, it gets too hot in the center of this. Way too hot. And it doesn't matter how much we water them, they don't want to grow. And somewhat with these too, it's like too hot in these, but in the fall and the winter and the spring, these are wonderful, is what they are. Absolutely wonderful, you all. Let me come over here. We can do it. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that is, I think we covered practically everything. The plastic something. The plastic something. The plastic gets, no, because it's in like a raised area, the heat centers, keeps it right there. It can't escape it either. And it's really dark. Oh, can I tell you how nice that breeze feels? It feels really nice. It does. I really am. I'm supposed to be cutting grass, I think, but I don't think I will go cut grass. I want to sit and look for clovers, if there's any that's not dried up. And I think there's lots that are. What? There's lots of clovers that are dried up because it's so hot. I'm gonna go is what I'm going to do. Let's look at these clouds. See, they appear out of nowhere. They're pretty. She only has super chat, Jeffrey. Susan, honey. Oh, Alba Brooks, what's Jeffrey wanting? I don't know what Jeffrey wants. Yeah. Moni, thank you, Moni. Yeah, I don't have no membership or anything enabled like that because I think times are hard enough as it is. They are. And I don't have a Patreon or anything like that. Oh, yeah. It's okay. Yeah, it is, it's all right. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You all, this is nice. It's nice standing here feeling that breeze. It is so nice. Yeah. Well, I think you're all pretty amazing myself. I really do. Very pleasant. 99.99% of everybody who comes on here is very pleasant and respectful, which is great. It really is. Um, Pray for the clouds to bring you some rain. We're supposed to get rain. We really are. I am going to go, you all, and thank you so much for coming on here. And with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you, Apple Brooks. Thank you all for everything. Love you.